Hello, my name is Brian Walsh, and today I will be discussing reading inventories, behavior management, and classroom rules. To start, what is a reading inventory? Basically, a reading inventory is a survey that probes an individual's interests and creates book suggestions for other books an individual may like. We see on social media all the time various quizzes to determine what state we should live in, or what color aura or personality is under, or even what house in Hogwarts we would belong to. This is the reading inventory that I've created. The questions I ask delve into the student's interests. The questions were designed to define what each student likes and dislikes, and the answers they provide will help the teachers suggest books that they would enjoy. The questions differ, but they can encompass all the students' likes and dislikes, like I said. And what kind of books do you like reading? Circle all that apply. This gives the students the opportunity to convey their interests in more than one fashion. And then another important question is, how much time do you spend reading each day? For instance, if a student reads 5 or more hours a day, then I would suggest the Harry Potter books. But if the student only reads 0 to 1 hours a day, I would suggest something a lot easier. And then these bottom two questions: what is your favorite book to read, and what is your least favorite book to read? This is an important question because if a student writes that his favorite book is the Harry Potter series, I'm not going to suggest to the student that he read, a biography about Abraham Lincoln. So these questions are important. It just kind of gives you a feel for what the student likes. I chose this inventory because it is a fun and interactive way to gauge students' reading interests. Chances are younger children don't know exactly what it is they like to read, so this survey helps assist in that aspect. This inventory appeals to all ages, but works best with elementary students that are just now exploring reading and don't really know what books to pick up. The inventory's questions can be manipulated to appeal to students of all ages and reading abilities. And this inventory is similar to the three-term contingency, consisting of antecedent, behavior, and consequence. In this case, the antecedent is the inventory, the behavior is the students completing or not completing the inventory, and the consequence is book suggestions or no book suggestions at all. Ultimately, the reading inventory is just a tool to help readers discover the books that appeal to their interests and personalities. Now we come to the pros and cons. In my opinion, the pros are overwhelming. They consist of allowing the students to assess their current reading levels, lets them explore new possibilities in reading, and broadens their horizons with new book suggestions. The only con that I could think of would be if the student was already an avid reader and already has their preferences. The reading inventory is meant to have a solely positive effect. In a classroom, we come across a multitude of different characters and personalities. Classroom behavior management is important for any teacher in order to keep the students' behaviors in check. As teachers, we need to meet our students' needs as well as reflect our values and beliefs. My personal management style consists of aspects from assertive discipline, logical consequences, reality therapy, and character education. Assertive discipline in the fact that I believe in positive and negative consequences. Logical consequences in terms of natural consequences, which are consequences that just happen without any teacher intervention, and logical consequences, where the consequence is connected to the offense. The aspects of reality therapy that appeal to me are the ideas that students can self-regulate and manage their own behavior. This allows students to be more independent. And personally, the most important to me is character education. Character education encompasses the aspects of school culture, whole staff involvement, and parents can be involved, which is key. Character education allows for there to be a strong support system in place, which I think is essential to child development. Moving on to classroom rules and procedures, I have 5 simple classroom rules that I expect to be followed. Number 1 is listen. 2 is follow directions. Number 3 is work quietly. Number 4 is respect others. And finally, number 5 is to be kind with words and actions. The procedures in class are as equally important as the rules. Procedures that I would like to employ as a class are stretching, and bathroom breaks in between classes. This helps get the class slightly refreshed before the next class. And when walking through the halls, students should be completely silent and walk in a single file line. And finally, I would assign daily tasks for the students to complete throughout the day, like emptying the trash or sweeping the floor, cleaning up their desks, just keeping the room nice and tidy, basic chores, and these procedures will help keep the students on track and teach them responsibility. In conclusion, reading inventories, behavior management, rules, and procedures are essential elements in the day-to-day activities of a teacher. Utilizing these aspects effectively can make a teacher's job that much easier, and we should all take the assistance we can get. Thanks, guys. I hope this has been helpful and informative, and we'll speak again with you soon.